It's not just about putting the answer there, but we must also give an explanation. Why are we including or excluding an item? So now that is what we are going to do. So let's go through each and every one of these items, and then we tell ourselves whether we include it or won't include it. Okay. So let's go. Let me put a document here that we're going to use to do our work. So let's go through each and every one of these items, and then we discuss whether we are going to include it or not. So our question is here. So let us start with each one of these items. J Brothers PLC is involved in the design and manufacture of equine stables. The company has just received an inquiry about possibility of supplying 40 stables to a large equestrian center. BM on the copper belt. The finance director of BM has informed JB Brothers that they have just completed their budgets for the coming financial year, and that the maximum price that they'll be willing to pay is 11,000 per stable. So that's the offer there. So we need to identify, should we accept this offer or not? The management of accountant of JB Brothers PLC has provided you with the following details relating to the costs involved in the construction of the stables. So now let's look at the relevant costs. Okay, let's start. The first one. Each stable requires 10 planks of timber. The company has 350 planks of timber in inventory. And if they're not used in the stables, they'll be disposed of immediately. The original purchase price for the planks of timber in inventory was 210 per unit. The replacement cost of the plank of timber is 250. The utilizable value of the timber in inventory is 110. So let us now start with timber. How do we identify the relevant cost of materials? Who can remind us? Who can remind us? Want somebody to remind us? What questions do we ask ourselves? What questions do we ask ourselves to identify the relevant cost of a material?
We need to identify whether it is in stock.
Excellent.
Or to be replaced, or to be replaced after use.
Good. So the first question is, how much of this do we need? How many? Each table require how many planks? From the question?
10.
Do we have these 10 that we're looking for?
Yes,
the company has just received an inquiry about the possibility of supplying 40 stables. So 40 will need how many? Let's go, people. 40 stables. Each stable needs 10, eh? So 40 multiplied by 10, how much do we need?
100.
400. We have 400. So then, Out of this 400, we have how many?
350.
350.
350 are already there. These 350, are we going to replace them?
No.
Then we have got another 50. 50. Mhm. So let us deliberate now. Let us deliberate. I want you now to I want you to be discussing, to making mistakes, we talk about it, and that's how we're going to learn. So the company has 350 plants, and if they're not used as stables, they'll be disposed of immediately. So what story can you tell about? So these 350, what can we do with them? Are we going to replace them from the information given?
No need to
No.
because they will be disposed of. So it's better we use them.
Okay. So it means there's indications that there's no need of replacing these. So the best that we could do as a company, we could sell them. For how much can we sell them?
The purchase price.
The
Purchase price.
They have told you there that if you sell them,
Oh,
you can only sell them
110.
for how much?
110.
Yes. So these have no use. That's why I was saying that if we don't use them, we're going to sell them.
Yeah.
What do we call this figure? What do we call this figure? Opportunity cost.
Oh,
So the explanation we're going to put here is that this is the opportunity cost that we are going to incur. We could have sold and raised this amount. What of the 50? Do we have them? No. So what are we going to do?
We have to buy.
We have to buy them. When you go to the shops, what's the price now?
210.
Huh? When you go to the shops, what do you find them on? 210.
250.
There's 210 and 250. The
It's-
original purchase price many years ago was 210. That cost is called what? Irrelevant. That's a sunk cost. The future cost, the future incremental cash flow, the money that you're going to spend is how much?
250.
250.
So let's put your explanation here. This is an opportunity cost, money lost. What of this one? What are you going to call it?
Future cash flow.
Yes, that's a future cash outflow that we're going to suffer. Done. Let's welcome the next one. Each table will also require 4 slabs of a special type of concrete. The concrete is sold in batches of 10. The purchase price of a batch is 120. The supplier of the concrete has agreed to offer a discount of 12% on the purchase price of concrete batches over 13 batches. Can somebody tell us here? 4 slabs. The concrete is sold in batches of 10. So how many stables are you doing yourselves for this job? There are 40.
40.
So 40 multiplied by 4.
160.
160. We need 160. And these 160 are sold in batches of 1.
Of 4.
So you need the 160. Batches of 4. So how many batches are going to get?
Batches of 10.
In
Batches of 10.
batches of 10. You divide what you get?
16.
16 batches. The purchase price of a batch for a batch is that. The supplier of the concrete has agreed to offer a discount of 12% on the purchase price of concrete batches over 13 batches. Let's go. So how much are we going to pay ourselves? So tell me now what we are going to do. Concrete slabs. So those 13 batches and the 3, this 13 will be at what price?
Original price 1120.
And these 3 will be at what price?
109.
985.6.
I must multiply this by what? The discount is 12%. So you only pay how much?
Yes.
88%. 88%.
Excellent, well done. Let's go to the next one. So these will be, why are we including this? It's a future cash outflow. Why are we including this? Discounted. Discounted future cash outflow. Okay. Let's go to the next one. Additionally, each table will also require 6 strips of studded steel. And this type of steel is frequently used by JB. Now, you, as people have gone through the topic, what does this word bring to your mind? This one. What does it mean? This word has got a meaning. What does it mean?
Replacement.
What is in stock is going to be
Replaced.
What we don't need, what we don't have, we are still going to do what?
What we don't have.
So these will use the
Purchase.
same price. These will use the same price. So there's no need of just look at the purchase price multiplied by what we need. So additional, each slab will also require 6 strips. So how many slabs are we doing again? How many are they doing? 20 or 40? How many are we doing?
40.
40. 40. So it's 40 multiplied by 6 multiplied by what's the purchase price? The company holds 250. It doesn't matter now. These strips of steel cost 135 and the replacement is 160. So although the company has got 250 strips, when you multiply these, all these will be replaced. So you multiply straight by what?
160 per strip.
Yes. What is already in stock? Once we use it, we're going to replace it. What we don't have, we need to buy it. So that makes your equation very easy, isn't it? That makes your question very easy. So we call it steel. $240. We need 240. of them. What's the price? Per strip is 160. So that's 240 by 160. Is that okay with everybody?
Yes.
This is the amount of money we're going to spend. So again, the answer is still the same. Future cash flow. There we are. We are moving very well. Almost done already. Eh? Almost done already with our work. When we are doing it in a group, it's easier.
Yes.
When we are doing it together, it's easy, and that's the whole idea of doing it, the questions together like this. They become less tedious. You are all contributing. When you are alone, sometimes you get into trouble, but when you are many, we put our heads together and we don't have any problem. Good. Okay. Let's go. The construction of the stable require a combination of skilled and unskilled labor. Each stable requires 15 skilled labor hours and 7 unskilled labor hours. The skilled laborers are paid 70 per hour and the unskilled are paid 60% of the skilled hourly rate. If this contract doesn't go ahead, there will be 140 skilled idle hours and the company is reluctant to make redundancies. Incremental future cash outflow arising from the project. How many stables are we going to do? How many are there?
Still 40.
40. So how many hours they need? Skilled 40 by 15 and skilled 40 by 7. Okay. If this contract does not go ahead, there will be 140 skilled idle hours. Idle hours. So let's go here. Let's do our analysis and tell me what I must put. First of all, we'll break down the labor. There are two groups. What are the two groups that we have? Skilled and unskilled. So tell me, skilled labor.
$15 by 40 is 600.
Okay. And we have unskilled.
$208.
Okay, so the first one is what? I missed the first one.
15 by 40, which is giving 600.
600 hours. Okay. And here, how many do we need?
40 by 7, that is 28.
Okay. So these are the hours that we need. Now, skilled labor hours. Do we have these skilled? Do we have them? If this contract doesn't go ahead, there will be 140 skilled labor hours that the company is likely to make. So skilled, we already have 140. Whether we work or not, these will be paid, isn't it? I want you to contribute.
Yes, it is.
You make mistakes, then I
Yes, it
correct
is.
them. You make mistakes, I correct them, there's no problem. So don't worry about your mistakes. Don't worry about the mistakes. Okay? Yeah.
Excuse
So-
me, sir, I've got a question. If there is
Yes,
idle
please.
time, relevant cost equals to 0. So I've got a question on that one.
Mhm. What is the question, madam? Go ahead. Mhm. So we need how many hours actually? We need 600. So out of 600, you remove the 140. Those 140, they are idle, whether you work or not. So we've got those 140. Please, can you remove the 140
It's
from
460.
600? 460.
460.
Yes, 460. So these 460 are the only ones that you are going to pay. And what is the rate of pay for this 460?
20 per hour.
There we are. What of the unskilled? Times what? Times what? What is the discount? What do we pay? What percentage?
60%.
60%. So those 170, those the 140 hours, there's no cash flow. No incremental cash outflow on the 160 hours. Only the balance. Only the balance. 460 have an outflow. Here, this is the future cash outflow. That's how much you're going to pay. We have to find these hours and pay for them. That's how much the company will pay. The person who asked the question, are we all right with the question? Are we
Yes,
all right
sir.
with the question? Okay, good. Let us move on to the next item. We're almost done. Question number 5, point number 5. The project will require a project manager to oversee the work. JB Brothers currently employs a manager with this required experience. This manager currently earns 65. JB Brothers will pay him an extra 4 due to the size of the project. The manager will be replaced by a less experienced manager who will earn 35. What is the future cash outflow relating to the manager? Let's go. So this manager will get him from his job and bring him here. Is there any extra cost on the existing manager?
No.
So the new manager, let's be careful. Existing manager, are we going to give him because of something, because of the project? Is there any future cash outflow?
Yeah, there is, because they have said he will be paid an extra 4,000 due to the size of the project.
Yeah, so bring him this side, the only extra money is 4,000. What of where has come from? Who will be doing his work? Who will be doing his work?
Who will be replaced by a less experienced manager
Mm.
who will earn 35,000.
Mm. You have seen the trick there?
So, sir, in reality, this manager is getting
Mhm.
this is getting the 65 plus the 4,000.
But 65 is not additional.
It's not addition because where it's coming from, there will be somebody to do his job and he will be paid. Is that not what they're paying as a company?
And so this manager, whatever happens, you have to bring him on the job. But where has come? So the only extra the company is paying, the only extra is the 35 and the 4. If you notice, that 65 will still be there. With or without a job, 65 is there. So that one is not an extra. The only extra is one. The old guy you pay me 4, the new guy you pay me 35. That 65, we before and after still continues. So it's not an additional pay.
Okay.
It was a very heavy question, this one, but very good for learning purposes. Very, very good. Variable overhead absorbed as in 5 per skilled labor hour. These are incremental cash flows. Variable overhead are incremental cash flows. So it's how many hours we have there? Skilled labor hours, 600. And we're paying by how much? It's 75. Is it 75? Okay, that's 75, eh? Let's close. Incremental fixed overhead absorbed at the rate of 42 per skilled labor hour. These are incremental. Incremental fixed overheads. Fixed overhead. 600 by what? It by 42.
That's 200.
In order to assess the self-implication of the stubbles, the company used ResearchNet PLC to carry out research. This research cost 15,000 and 3,000 is still outstanding. What do we call the 3,000? What do we call it? What do you call it?
Committed cost.
I think the 3,000 is a sunk cost.
So there's the 3,000 is a committed cost. Whether you are going to consume the service, you haven't yet paid, but you have consumed the service. So we can't put it here. So what's the total cost now? Total relevant cost. That's the total relevant cost. Total revenue. Total revenue. 11,000 multiplied by 1. So what do you think? Should we go ahead? Should we go ahead? Answer, we are done. What is the answer? Should we go ahead?
You should compare it. The offer was 11,000.
Multiply by 40. There are 40 stubbles. Huh?
Yeah, 11,000.
Have you seen my comparison there? Can you see that comparison?
Yes. So the one we have done, this as compared to the offer. The offer is going up to 440,000, but what we have calculated is 260,000.
So should we go ahead?
So we decline the offer.
The revenue that will be paid is 440. Your costs are 260. Somebody has said, look, do this for me. I'll pay you 440. You have identified that the relevant costs are 260. So should you go ahead?
Yes, we should.
Yes, because they are proposing to pay us how much?
440.
440. And yet the relevant cost on how much?
260.
You see, a question like this one, on your own now, you must sit and go through it again and understand it slowly. That's what you must do. Is that okay? Okay, people. Before class tomorrow, I want all of you to attempt this question. At B1 and B2. I want you to attempt this question. After you finish attempting that question, please, you go through this question as well. Question number 4. So you attempt this part of the question and just keep your answer. We go through it together. Again, this part of the question is not a very long question. So that you can learn. It's only when you do the question on your own that you can actually learn a lot. Okay. Good. So we see you tomorrow, people. Our same time. Tomorrow, remember time tomorrow is 14:30. Please, before the class, go through the questions. These are very nice questions. But if you don't go through them in advance, you will not benefit as much. All right, we'll see you tomorrow, same time, or 14:30. Yeah. All right.
Thank you so much.